From the beginning, after liberation, nothing for women. Women suffer from by Pol Pot, by Khmer and separate and everything.
In my mother's generation, is very, very tough in how women is actually acceptable in the society. I come from quite a poor background. I mean, my mom and my father, they are separate. So at a young age, I have a tough time that society is they really somehow not accept the widow woman or divorced woman. So they criticize a lot. So it's very, very tough for the kid to actually adopt into the society and to actually accept it by their neighbor.
10 years ago or something, you can rarely see female students in the even secondary school or high school, not even talk about the university. And most of the students were boys, and there are reasons behind it. It's just a traditional way of thinking that guys should be sent to school when girls should be kept at home and prepare the housework. And if the family is poor and they can only send only 1 or 2 children to school, they will choose guys, even the girls is the oldest child.
For those who are living in the countryside, they prioritize the boys because they think the girls should be stay at home and then do housework, and after they grow up and then they get married, so their life is still going to be the housewife, so it's not make difference. But the guy is different, so when they are educated, they will be the one who responsible for the family.
Most of the time, families with financial problem sending their children to government factory. Some send their daughters to the city to find jobs as a low-paid jobs, or a lot of them were sent to countries like Malaysia, Korea, Taiwan to serve as a housemaid.
My name is Shrimam. I am a Kumpulan Truck Center facilitator. Every day, I work on programs for government works for them to come to the drop-in center. We share ideas and we learn together like the labor law and other things. In most cases, based on my experience, women are forced to do overtime, but only few are voluntary. In fact, we have a law that restricts the employers to force overtime workers, but the employers and the factory owners, they still continue to do so.
One more thing is that if the woman is not educated, and how they are going to educate the kid, so it affects the whole family and also affect the whole country, because the kid is the next generation of the country. And also it's somehow like if the woman is not educated, suppose like domestic violence, she could not like go to the police station to tell the neighbor like, okay, my husband violated me, because they are shy, and they may think that okay, I don't have right to against my husband since he is the one who responds to the family. If he have any problem, so who will take care of the family?
I think the number of women who believe that they are strong as men has doubled, because if they want to support their families, they will have to rise up and change the way they think. After working hours, women from the factories gather here in the drop-in center to talk about their lives and problems. Here, we can learn from each other about the labor law, since garment workers cannot afford to go to school, unlike others from the higher society.
We can see that if we're talking about university students now, most of the classes will have more female students. I was surprised from my generation, like most of the classes were girls dominated.
Yes, women compared in the past, women just want to be a housewife, but nowadays, women herself has been changed so far. They want to get more higher education and obtain higher positions in the society. We used to protest about the labor law, but now that we have that law, we are protesting for an increase in the minimum wage.
And maybe it's because of the women themselves. They are not confident enough. They still have the mindset that women is somehow still inferior to men. I think the problem that we still have now is that men tend to have higher paid jobs than women, even though they have the same qualification, same school. But at the end, when they go to work in a company, men tend to get higher salary than women.
In the society nowadays, the fight for the equal rights is not the issue. The issue is the inferiority complex that still exists in the mindset of most women. These women still think that they are weaker than men, but there are some women that believe that they are strong and they can do whatever man can do.
If my mom and myself don't do something for myself, people will still pursue us as the family that are breaking apart. So we talk to ourselves, even we're poor, we still can do something good for ourselves. So I started working since 2000 as a part-time office assistant to earn my income to pay for my degree. So that's how everything started, and we actually break, to our family, we break the norm that said that women cannot raise better kids. And what my mom did is great for the family, and she proved that what they are saying is wrong. But in my generation, things have changed. Women has been given a lot of opportunity to actually gaining their knowledge, going to school. Now they treat the child is the same. The girl and the boy is equally go to the school. I mean, it's more a lot of chance that women is actually can equal rights to men, even at home or even in the workplace. I mean, before, no one even care if the girl was on the street alone. No one even care to ask her what is happening to her, but now it's different. People is taking more seriously about.
I think because of the country is developed, and then the people mind also change, and their belief as well. So little by little, the women have more rights to access to the community in terms of education, and also they're not just only the housewife, but the ability to find the job.
The number of women in participate in the social, in the national level have increased from time to time. The number of the girl go to school is increased, and the woman health is better now because the government as well as the private sector and the local international NGO or local NGO.
For me, I believe that the situation of the Cambodian women will get more better in the future. Because I think that's because nowadays there are many factors that cause that to happen. Like we have many organizations or groups, like we have the WICs or others organizations will work with the women, especially the poor women, the lack knowledge women, and tries to educate them and encourage them to involve more in societies, and try to encourage them to get more knowledge, or try to learn more about their basic rights, and encourage them to speak out about their problems. So from those organizations or groups of people, the women will get more better knowledge and more brave up.
Yeah, we tend to recognize the ability of women now. So we have more leaders in the government and more leaders in social organizations, and maybe it's interdependent because of the economy. Families start sending the daughters to school, and because of that they help increase the economy. So now we tend to tend to give more respect to women.
I strongly believe that in the future, the situation of the Cambodian women will be better. I say that because we women are trying to rise up and increase our capability, not only at home, but also in the workplace. We have more pride in ourselves, and we have that unity to lift each other up towards the betterment of our society.